Heretic movie review. Quick review here for the film Heretic. I think that's how you call it. Yeah, I think so. Blueberry Pie LLC. Toward at the end of the credits, it mentions this, and I can't help but think maybe it's a joke. I don't know what to make of that Blueberry Pie LLC tag label thing they did, but I like how they established the credits with the two, and like if it's an actor's name, a main actor, it'll be like the two different fonts in the corner, one going up, one going vertical. One's just, I guess, plastered straight so you can read it, and it's the name of the, what's it called, the actor, right? The actor's name, and then it'll be executive producer and blah blah and this, and then it'll like shift to, and the opening scene where the girl's talking about sex and condoms and stuff, and she says like, oh, my sister's husband, she said he was big, like scary big. Oh my god, because one of them said, she actually, this is an ode to what's going to happen in the film. She said it's amazing what people can believe just because it's marketed a certain way. They said the Magnum condoms, apparently they're just regular size, but they're marketed big. Some people buy them because, they want to be impressive. They want to be impressed with themselves. And then she says, she makes that comment about the husband thing because she's like the rebuttal. And she says, well, actually, he used them. And my sister said it was like that. And then they talk about the sex thing, and she's like, yeah, I watched the porno. And these people, they look so mortified and embarrassed because this lady banged on the wall, said, we can hear you. And and then when she asked her about, she said, oh, the porn? Like, you watch porn or something? And she asked, like Paxton asks Barnes a question, and she says, no. Paxton corrects her and says, no, I'm talking about your faith in the church. And it seemed Paxton doesn't have an answer. And so you kind of maybe get the vibe that Barnes, perhaps has doubts of her faith. She's not too strong on it, I guess. But in the end, it seems that she was the one that has the most conviction, I guess. But there's a difference with them. The difference with Barnes and Paxton is Barnes is a convert to the Mormon church. She grew up, without it, and then she found it later as a kid. But she mentioned the mom, they did try to find different churches and this kind of, so she's got a different way to approach religion, right? That Sister Paxton doesn't have because she was born and raised in the church. And they mention like where she's from, Utah, but the girl, and she lives in Salt Lake City. She says Salt Lake City, but she corrects her and says no, Philadelphia originally. I'm from the East Coast, and I moved out west. I like that this movie is filmed in British Columbia, right? But we're supposed to be in Colorado. And we know we're supposed to be in Colorado because we see Colorado license plates on a vehicle. Besides the name not Grand Junction, but it was something else Junction. But that also can exist in, some other place in the States. But, like, you get the Colorado vibe, obviously, and then you see the Colorado plate, just cements. But I love that we're supposed to be in the U.S., but we're filming in British Columbia. And it makes me wonder, maybe, can we just do the film like we're in British Columbia? Can we just do it like we're there? And but anyway, yeah, I like the Hugh Grant. I guess that's his name. I like his character. I like how he plays this ultra, I guess he's somewhat ultra religious type guy. He's doubting. I like when Sister Barnes challenges him on his rhetoric about church and it not being fake, because he's like, oh, everybody's fake, everybody's like, it's just the same rebranding and stuff. And like, I kind of agree. Like, I'm watching, I'm like, yeah, I agree with that. There's parallels to be shared with it, and there's fables there, and that's kind of what it is it? It's these fables are true or false or whatever that all come tied in together to make this cohesive narrative across boundaries and whatnot. But then she also has a good rebuttal when she talks about like maybe you're kind of narrowing it down, and maybe you should really broaden it up, and that's not even the big picture with it. It's but I guess that's what he wants. He wants someone to challenge him, and she is the one to challenge more of the two girls. I like that we're doing the soft lie part, right? And he like calls them out on it. But it's kind of a human nature thing. But I think he means it in a way like it's human nature though to, pretend everything's okay, to not set alarm. Hey, I noticed you did this. It's a funny thing we people do, right? Where we lie, and I guess white lies. I guess they're sort of white lies. We do the white lie thing and the safe thing. We have this, because not everybody's like, some people will say, I'm gonna call you on your BS, and we know there's people that even pride themselves on that. They're like, no, I don't do the BS thing. I'll just call it out, tell it straight how it is. But there's also, maybe it's a cultural thing perhaps with more American English culture. I don't know. But I feel like it's also, this is something that's just common to a human experience to a particular degree, where we as people, we will have this fundamental, how do you call, notion of, you know, being, what do you call that? I was gonna say in my head. Like we will make a point to make it known that we're not gonna acknowledge the obvious, right? We're not gonna acknowledge, and I like we do that in this film in the very beginning where they're talking about, you know, she looks at the coat, she wants to grab the coat, but she doesn't want to go grab it right away. And I'm thinking maybe we should be a bit brave here. Maybe we should just go and grab those coats and say, listen, you made us uncomfortable. This conversation took right down a road that we weren't really comfortable with. It just feels odd and awkward. The door, we try to open it, it's kind of locked. Now, I need you to open that door. We're going to go. We don't really give a fuck about meeting your wife out of that abuse shit. You know, it's over. It's over. And of course, but like shortly thereafter, it stops. I like when they were pulling the rug and we're trying to get the matches. And like obviously he must see them doing it. But I'm thinking, when they stop pulling the rug, I said, at this point, why not just make it obvious? Yeah, I'm trying to pull the matches. And if you don't want me to start a fire, go ahead and open that door. Honey, I'm going to charge at you. I'm going to stab you. I'm going to do something. So I like when he sees her. I like when he sees her go get that other lady to take her away. And they're lighting the matches. And Barnes doesn't stop. She keeps going at it. And he comes and he's just like, yeah, I know you wanted to. And they're like struggling. But then he takes it, of course. He lights it up like nothing. But also like where he kills Barnes, right? He cuts her throat and she bleeds. Presumably she's dead, right? And then he even like he cuts her arm. He takes his bar out, but I think he placed that bar there because that doesn't make because one of the things Paxton says, and I guess she's just saying this to have a rebuttal against him, like, oh, maybe it's a form of birth control. Because then he starts going like, oh, I know what's happening. You know, he starts saying that she's like this sentient android person figure. She's not a real person, and that he starts this alternate reality theory BS. And I said, oh my god, now it's really going off the deep end, this story. So Paxton says it best, where she's like, I think you are expecting you had a script to follow for this person, and they kind of went off the script a little bit, and you realizing that, and so you're trying to catch me with this new theory, and you're trying to pass it off like I really believe this shit. But you don't believe this, right? You don't believe this BS. And then, you know, Paxton, she gets him again towards the end, where she says, like, the control part. Like, I know why you killed him and you did that whole pocket thing. You put that thing there so you know it's going to open it and go forward. Because, like, I'm going to go back because there's no point in going back. You know, so I can be here. And I guess the lesson is that religion's about control. And that's really the end-all, be-all of why, you know, it is what it is, blah, blah, blah. I don't know, whatever you want to make of it. And then we get, like, yeah, I like when she's running. Why don't she just go to the living room? When she gets up to the surface, because I don't remember that door being locked before. She goes back into the underground surface place that she just came from. And we already established, like, the two doorways, they actually lead to, like, the same place. We even see, like, the model of the building that he made. So we know, like, it doesn't make a difference, actually. we given the choice, belief or disbelief. I guess that's kind of the whole point, right, of it. Doesn't matter what door you go through. It literally leads to the same freaking place. The pie apparently is poison. I guess maybe it is. Well, actually, I guess it is, because there was a dead body. So I guess the pie was poisonous. And it did kill that lady, but the other lady put her down there. And then that lady, maybe she got relieved and she could, like, not have to do anything for a while. But then he's also got, like 4 or 6 other ladies trapped in cages. And one of them looks like they're, like, just straight up dying. He cuts the finger off some other one for some reason. She doesn't even react to it. So I guess she's dying too. And the other one, Paxton gives her jacket, I guess to no avail, because apparently his room is cold, very cold. And then it has this water spraying machine that sprays water. So, like, what is that? Just to give him, is that to intentionally make him weak, to constantly keep him in a state of hypothermia, maybe? I have no idea. And oh my god, it's funny. I like this church. I like that this movie talks about, like, morbid religion stuff, and it mentions Mormon. This is funny. My car's doing this beeping noise. I don't know, like the sensor's going off and it's annoying. And like, can it just shut up? This car is going downhill slowly but surely, I swear. But anyway, what was I thinking of? Yeah, I like Barnes. I like the girls are cute. They're very attractive, I find. And I was sad when Barnes died because he was my favorite of the two. I found there. And I was thinking in this film, especially when he comes up behind her and he talks about her magic underwear BS. I was thinking that maybe there would have been some sexual undertone perhaps in this film. So, oh my god, maybe there'll be some sexual undertone now. We're gonna get some scene of that nature, but we actually don't. But she does, in all fairness, she does stab him in the neck at that time, so maybe that's why we don't get any. Because he did ask him earlier about polygamy, and I was thinking, oh my god, what if there's like gonna be some fucking undertone with this? It's you imagine maybe so, given the context where you have these young women captured in your home, held prisoner, and he's kind of like, and apparently, I guess presumably he has no wife. He really has no wife. He just kidnaps people, and he's like kind of this religious fanatic type person. Maybe he feels he's a philosopher and he's doing his duty, preaching what he believes about religion and whatnot. I have no idea. What else was I thinking of? There was another thing I wanted to say. Oh yeah, earlier in the film, and you see in the credits, they're called teenagers, but these girls don't look teenagers to me. They look like young women, which is kind of jarring, right? But then they want to take pictures with the missionary girl. I guess there's somebody that would do this, but it just feels like so. And I guess that's why it just seems so ridiculous, so out of pocket. Like, what in your right mind will make you want to pull someone's skirt down to reveal their religious garment? Because they were like, oh, Mormons, they don't you wear magic underwear? They asked her that question, and she says, come again, and she pulls her skirt down, and she reveals her magic underwear, right? And then they run across the street. They were just on the street. The car honks at them because they're being obnoxious, taking pictures of the street. They run up. And they see the two missionary girls, and that's when they do this whole finasco. And then they pull her thing down, and then they run away after that. Like, teenagers. So they're supposed to be teenagers, but I'm looking at them, and I'm thinking they look like grown women to me, look like young women to me. I don't know. That scene, not sure what that scene's supposed, I guess, to convey. It just felt like who the fuck really does that shit? I guess somebody does. There are people that are bullies, and they would do that, but it just really highlights the pettiness of some people, I guess. I don't know. I thought that was funny. It's not funny in a comedic way, but funny in just a jarring and odd, like, I guess I just found it odd, actually, rather than funny. I just found it odd. I don't know. And then, what else? Oh, yeah, I like when they were climbing the stairs. And she said for each set of stairs that we climb, her husband gets 5 times hotter. I like that. That was cute. I found that a little cute. Because they're climbing up these stairs, and we see them, they climb back down the stairs. So they climb up them to get somewhere to start, go preach for people, I guess, over in this part of town. And, yeah, how you call, what was I thinking in my head? Oh, my God, what was I thinking? I thought that was cute when she says, I think Paxton says it to Barnes, for each set of stairs that we climb, our husband gets 5 times hotter. Because that's kind of the idea, right, with the mission, is you serve your mission in the church. And then after your mission is when you would go about procuring your spouse, your life partner, the person that you're presumably going to spend the rest of your life with and make your family with, ideally. So I think the mission, I want to say, in the church, the Mormon church, Latter-day Saint church, it's like a pretty important, monumental focal point for their church, right? And that, if you didn't serve a mission, you're a little less worthy of a member, a little less worthy of marriage and so on and so forth than someone who has done that step, who has taken those. Well, look at me. I really believe in this shit. What else was I thinking? There was something else that popped in my head that I liked with the film. And I can't quite remember at the moment. Oh, yeah, the guy. His name's Elder Kennedy. I like that. He's owned there cleaning the church and whatnot. And because they've mentioned words that are real, like Relief Society president. Yeah, that's really what the person is called, right? Or their ward member. I think one of the girls' name is Sister Hall. It's one of the church ladies that's they're under their wing. When they serve their mission, they're given a certain area, a certain radius, and they're within that certain confined area. And there's a person that they answer to that's in charge of them within that area or something. And yeah, there's this guy, Elder Kennedy, that he comes through. So they're calling maybe. Okay, let me finish this video actually real quick because our phone just gave me a little Hopefully the audio is still recording. But yeah, I like that he actually doesn't suspect anything because he sees their bikes there because he moved their bikes away. But he comes back for a second time, knocking on the door, and he said, "I'll be rebuttal if I didn't show you this, if I didn't ask this. Are you using this pamphlet?" And it's the Jesus Christ. Like when any moment you have to preach, you have to take it. And I thought that was funny because he comes looking for them, and he goes. We see he goes to other houses looking for them at other places. But yeah, when he gets to that guy's house, okay, their bikes aren't there. I guess they didn't come through, but. Let me ask him if he's seen this pamphlet, though, because he did say he was interested in the church. Yeah. Brother Elder Kennedy. When he was cleaning the church. And the only reason he noticed they were gone, because he saw, like, they have a sign-in sheet of some sort, and it said 5 p.m. And Barnes was written there, but Paxton wasn't. And he said, oh, that's not. I guess it was like a cleaning list, and Paxton had cleaned it or something, or did something, and so it was supposed to be her, and it said 5 p.m. And so since she didn't sign it, okay, she wasn't here to sign it, so we know that she did this for the end of the week or whatever it was. Yeah, Heretic movie review. I liked it. I enjoyed it very much. I would recommend you see it. Is it a thoughtful, provoking film? Maybe for some person. For me, it's a good watch. I enjoyed this watch. I like the song at the end, the credits. I like how quick the credits rolled too. And the girls, the actresses, they were really attractive. They were good. That's another nice point for me. That's kind of just me point though. Yeah, thank you for listening.